Do I start? I'm so shy. Okay. This cloth. It's just a piece of cloth. A piece of cloth I committed to when I was 20. It has given me an abundance of headaches. It has receded my hairline. It forces me to wake up 20 minutes earlier to iron. It makes me look like an egg. It's stuffy. It's hot. It hides my beauty. It makes me look so pious. It flies everywhere, all over the place. But still, thousands of women and I still choose to wear it. Why? I mean, like I said, it's just a piece of cloth. The world is not unfamiliar with the existence of Islam and Muslims. I myself was born into a Muslim family, but actually, I had to find Islam myself. And the more I researched and branched out, the more I realized there are many other girls just like me. We all have one thing in common. We're all girls on this same journey, navigating both challenges and blessings that come with it, whether known to the world or hidden in plain sight.
Honestly, I wear the hijab to please God. Like, I know it's something that is mandated for us as women.
We as a Muslim, we have to cover.
I think I look prettier covered.
So a lot of my relatives or my families are all in this hijab. So I think that is where I'm like influenced from there.
I can't remember how many years, but since I finished my poly lah.
Not to go want to say the age. No, I think roughly around 16 years.
19 years then, yes.
7 years, about 7 years.
I like that being a visibly Muslim woman, people will perceive you a specific way. They have a certain amount of respect.
I feel more sempurna in a sense.
I find it's more safer.
When people see that you're a religious woman, but that's also like a double-edged sword because then people can also perceive you negatively. There's so much negative connotation around this, and just like being a visibly Muslim woman in general, especially in the US where I'm from.
Sometimes when we see other people wearing fashionably, then we feel like, what if I could be like that also? Take out the hijab for like one time, just once.
Macam it makes me feel like, I want to try.
Sometimes I'll be like, if I take off my tutu, I feel like more prettier, like in that kind of sense. But after a while, you might think like, it's just not worth it.
Speaking to different people about their own journeys with the hijab has made me reflect on my own. To my surprise, our experiences are much more relatable than I thought. For 20 years of my life, I lived without the hijab. So I know what it feels like to be on either side of the field. I used to think it was a symbol of age, something to be worn when I'm old and dying. I didn't even realize it was mandatory to wear as a Muslim woman. But as my life took its course, its meaning changed. It became more than just an obligation. It meant growth, being reborn, and most importantly, a form of love. And as cheesy as it sounds, my life has changed. And even more surprisingly, this journey of mine has also changed the lives of the people around me, the lives of the people I love the most.
Hi, I'm Leila Latif. I'm Erica's mom. My name is Dalia and I'm Erica's cousin. I'm Noreen Fatini and I'm Erica's best friend.
I don't think anyone expected me to wear it. Did they? I guess there were some things that were shocking to them, right?
You don't at a young age. Like sudden to me. Of course, you have to don much earlier. But compare me and you don't like much 20 years earlier than me.
I expected you to do it, but later on in the future. I didn't think that someone was brave enough to take that step.
There were things that were shocking to me too. I didn't realize people had assumptions about me and the reason why I wore it in the first place. And some of these assumptions were quite funny too.
Is it because she has a boyfriend? She just got to know a group of girls' friends that don't hijab. Maybe she just wants to blend in with her friends.
But to be quite frank and raw, the reason why I wore the hijab stemmed from experiencing hardships in life. And these hardships pushed me to this direction.
Because the year prior to you starting to wear the hijab, you were not in a good place
there were a lot of times where you came to me and you said, why Allah choose me? Why Allah choose me? Why Allah make me so miserable? So when I saw this change happen, it was very sudden, yeah.
As much as it's a blessed thing, and even when I put it on every day, I still face struggles. Sometimes I feel prettier without the hijab, that my outfit goes better with my hair. I feel like it's too hot and irritating, and sometimes I feel like a walking target for the world. And that's just my point of view. I felt like I was the only one having struggles, until I found out I was not.
I've been wanting to wear the hijab since like 2021, and I didn't act on it because I know I wasn't ready. But then when I started poly and I met good people who have guided me to wear the hijab, I actually had a very strong inclination to wear it. I expressed these thoughts to my mom. It's not easy to see your child suddenly wanting to wear the hijab and stuff like that. I think she really was afraid that I would take it off halfway and then I would never wear it again. Of course, I felt super discouraged because I thought that of all people, she would be the one that supports this. But initially she didn't. And I think that's totally... I don't fault my mother at all for saying what she said. I think there is some truth to it, and she's a realist, so I don't fault her at all. But yeah, of course, I felt discouraged at that point.
There are days where I feel like, oh, I don't feel like putting on the hijab. Another thing is where on days where you feel like your hair looks more beautiful than your hijab, those are the hardest days.
I worked in a predominantly Chinese company, and I realized that people are not as open-minded or knowledgeable as you think. So there were times that I had to explain my boundaries. I wouldn't say it's negative or positive, but it's more of a bit difficult to explain.
I think it clicked in me after I had horrible experiences, not only in making friends but also trying to find a partner whereby they don't respect me enough, even though I've already made known that I'm a Muslim.
But some people are very lucky. The calling and yearning to wear the hijab comes from within. And if you're one of these people, and even if it took you a long time to feel this way, no matter how young or old you are very blessed. To find and be secure with even an atom of your identity without experiencing conflict, hardship, slander is a blessing. Sometimes I would even consider it lucky.
For me, I don't hijab because for me it's a calling from Allah. It was my 40th birthday, and suddenly just a wake up call that I want to donate without forcing from anybody, from my husband, relative, or pressure from the society. I think it's a blessing that I just want to donate. Hopefully, whatever.
But no matter what path you've led, it has brought you to this gift, and the hijab will mean different things to different people.
My birthday, it just happened on my birthday.
To me, being a Muslim is my first identity, even before being a Malay or being a Singaporean.
It means the better part of my life, yeah.
But there's one thing that I know which is really important, and that is companionship.
I don't think anyone would be strong enough to go through this alone. And we do understand in Islam where God is always there for us. But sometimes as humans, we always need a being. And you are one of them for me. I'm actually even more inspired to put on the hijab even more proper, because seeing how someone changes make you want to change yourself also.
The hijab provides blessings and has changed my life.
one of the biggest thing would be how Allah has removed bad people from your life. And because of that, you're going to be a better person.
But it hasn't changed everything. I'm still the same me.
Never leh, never change leh.
But your own character, like macam you garang, you are disciplined, it's just like it's in you already.
Certainly, I have days where I feel unworthy of putting this piece of cloth on my head.
Like, we know there's digital footprint. So it's very important what we post online. We can do 10 good deeds, but once you do one bad deed, everyone's going to remember that.
People are always there to say everything and anything about you. So you talk to Allah.
In the Quran, there's a verse that says, لا يحب الله الجهر بالسوء من القول إلى من ظلم. That's the beauty and the complexity of the hijab. It conceals not just your beauty, but your past for you. It pushes you to be reborn.
Having a good image is also important in Islam because there's a concept where we don't show our sins and we don't show our flaws openly.
One thing is for sure, you will never be ready to wear it. No one ever is.
Being ready is very subjective and it's quite superficial because how do you know you're ready? Do you go to an exam to test whether you're ready? It's a leap of faith you have to take and then you feel ready.
But I took many baby steps and I slowly let myself fall in love with the hijab more and more.
If you think that you are too shy, you start by wearing at home. You go to the shop downstairs. Go out with small circle of friends first. People that you are confident with, your family, go makan and you wear. YouTube or TikTok, you see how people style, that get you more excited on hijab.
You can beautify the hijab as much as you want with colors, textures, as long as it contains within the commandments of God, where like you still have to cover up not only just your skin but also your shape.
And I felt like the more I became modest, the more I found myself feeling more beautiful because now my beauty is special.
You know you have the beauty but you choose to keep it. Yeah.
To me, the hijab is empowerment.
Beautiful.
Strength.
Protection.
Though just a piece of cloth, it has warmed the hearts of many, and most importantly, it has strengthened my bond with the people I love most.
Anyone who knows me will know of you as well. That's just how much I'm so insanely proud of you for every step you have taken and in such a short amount of time. Even more to me who knows your journey. Yeah. Okay. I'm trying not to cry already. Okay. If there's one thing that keeps me going to wear the hijab, is also you.
When you found your spark again, right? It was like the both of us became us when we were much younger, and I'm very happy to see that, Yeah. I remember we would sit at Nenek's front patio area. I brought my stacking cups. Do you remember? And I was we would stack, and then we laugh like nobody's business and it's not even that funny, but it's it just made us happy, you know what I mean? And that's what I really cherish about our relationship now, because the both of us are in good places now. Yeah.
Of course I'm proud of you. You read up, you read up why lady need to cover up. What are the dosa and pahala of the hijab? You know the reason and you done it on your own. That's what I'm so proud. Thank you. Thank you for being a wonderful daughter. Okay. It's a wrap.
Hi guys! Any thoughts about me and my hijab?
You look better. You look prettier.
Am I still the same?
Yeah,
Your attitude.
you look like an actor. I don't mean to say that.
I'm putting this on YouTube.
Oh wow, I think you are still you. And yeah, you look good.
Alhamdulillah. Very good.
Yay!
Okay, make sure
and don't just on and off, on and off.
How do I?
Nick,
You look amazing.
I think you look very demure. I think you look very presentable. I think I want to go.
Now that I'm stepping into adulthood, growing into a young woman, and filming my graduation documentary, I realize this is more than just a milestone. It's the beginning of a new chapter. The hijab may seem like just a piece of cloth, but for me, its meaning stretches far beyond fabric. It helps attract the kind of people who share the same beliefs and perspectives as me, and acts as a filter for the ones meant to walk this journey with me. It's a bond between me and my mother, beyond the umbilical cord. It's a connection with my cousin, beyond blood. And it's the reason why I have my best friend. So, to all the women out there who feel that calling to wear it, who already wear it, or who just need a little push to keep going, take it from me. It has been the best commitment I've ever made. I've shared how I've fallen in love with the hijab, and in return, the love it brings back into my life. And I know without a doubt that it will be just as beautiful, if not more, for anyone else who chooses to embrace this journey.